So here's the COVID dichotomy: food delivery convenience or workers' conditions. Food delivery workers have been called essential during the pandemic, but they've seen their working conditions get worse as the companies like Uber Eats, DoorDash, and others are making a fortune. In fact, on Monday, DoorDash said that it plans an IPO that will sell 33 million shares and push the valuation of the company to, they hope, $32 billion. Now, these drivers who bring food from restaurants to customers have fed many people across the U.S. who don't want to wander outside their front door. They're in areas that have shuttered restaurants. They're working from home and can't get up from their makeshift offices and head to the kitchen to make lunch. The New York Times has a terrific must-read about the situation. Obviously, because of the recent surge in cases, these workers have a greater risk of exposure, and that's what they write. Also, they report that there is a rise of assaults and bicycle theft. Some workers told the Times that many restaurants deny them the use of their bathroom out of health concerns, forcing them to carry plastic bottles. Proposition 22, as we reported last week, could have changed all that by making these gig workers employees that make a fair wage and other benefits. That didn't pass because of terrific advertising. So here's the dichotomy. The food delivery companies have seen their sales surge. The workers' pay has remained erratic, according to the Times. Because the drivers are independent workers, they are not entitled to a minimum wage, overtime, or any other benefits like health insurance. Undocumented immigrants are not eligible for unemployment or federal coronavirus assistance, and they make up the bulk of the workforce in New York. And then there's the competition for these jobs. As more people are out of work due to the pandemic, we've all seen these companies, including those that make deliveries from supermarkets, hiring hundreds of thousands of workers. In New York City, pre-COVID, it was estimated that there were about 50,000 restaurant delivery workers. You know, those guys on the bikes. They go through red lights. No one knows the exact amount now, but Uber Eats alone added 36,000 drivers since March. DoorDash, the nation's largest food delivery app, told the Times that it provides masks, gloves, hand sanitizers, and wipes to their drivers, as well as access to low-cost telemedicine appointments. DoorDash also said it had changed its pay model, which came under fire last year after it was revealed that tips were being used to subsidize its payment to workers. But workers interviewed for the Times article says that this practice still occurs. The company recently reached a $2.5 million settlement with prosecutors in Washington, D.C. after being accused of misleading consumers over how it tipped its workers. So just how bad is the inequality? The Times interviewed Edgar Usak, a delivery driver who said that after 4 hours of waiting to receive a single order, he had made $11. Another driver, Elias Pacheco, said, "I've made $32 so far. I started at 10:30 this morning. When they talked to him, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon." Drivers for food delivery apps are typically paid per delivery depending on the estimated duration and a distance of a trip plus tips. The pandemic really exacerbated the challenges that these workers are facing and that they regularly face, said Maria Figueroa, Director of Labor and Policy Research for the Cornell University Worker Institute. In addition to getting low pay, they don't get enough work from each of the applications, so they have to work for at least 3 or 4 of them, and that there are more workers than the market can hold. As these companies like DoorDash and Instacart prepare for their IPOs, we hope to get a clearer picture of just what's going on and how to help understand just what's going on with this new workforce. By the way, the New York City Taxi and Limo Commission 2 years ago adopted a $17.22 per hour minimum wage for drivers for ride-hailing apps like Uber and Lyft. It's a shame we can't do the same for this industry.